We are live.
Yippee.
And let me do this and that. And live on
Aye.
there as well. And then we click this and that.
Oh no, he's done such a great job with
Content
this
updates.
stuff.
No, I forget half the time.
Well, I still think you do a good job. Awesome.
Bye.
Hello. Hey, Fico. Always early. Always early.
Fico beat Lexi this time.
Oh, yep.
Crazy.
Yeah. I'm doing some perspective exercises here. I'm gonna do some Krenz cubes. I haven't done them in a while. I kind of do like partial Krenz cubes, but I need to do more.
He seems restless today.
Yeah, he's
We're
like.
probably gonna get terrorized by him later.
The way his paw went, he's like.
This one's gonna be a knuckle sandwich.
He's so funny. Hey, hello, Nagatel.
Hello. Free.
Yes, free. Let's see.
So, guess what? I am using this today.
Oh my gosh, it's
The
a Huion
Huion
Canvas.
Canvas 13 Gen 3, and I am using it as a graphics tablet, non-display.
It actually, I was
I'm gonna be
surprised that you
drawn
could do
with that.
both.
Yeah.
I
works
didn't
pretty
know
well.
that. Yeah.
Except when Photoshop bugs out.
Yeah. What are we learning today?
There it goes.
Various things. If we
Okay.
have really interesting questions, then we'll answer those. Cute kitty. Yeah, he is a cute kitty.
Okay, never mind. Apparently, I
I
might
decided
have
to stop.
majorly going on. That was weird.
Yeah, that's weird. I have not had motivation to draw for 2 months. Well, I hope that you get your motivation back. Sometimes it's all about just starting and not pressuring yourselves too much. So, completely up to you. I guess that thing's not working, huh?
It was just working.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Your cat is adorable. I definitely agree. Hey, Mickey. Are you guys like a couple or friends? We are a couple. We are married. It's even like having alerts on that.
So for some reason, the pen... That's not the right one.
Hey, Fox.
Okay, it's working.
Yay, it's working.
There we go. You know,
Right.
drivers always conflict with stuff. It's very
Yeah.
odd sometimes, and I have to have this flipped in a weird way, or it's not long enough. So yeah, this is what I am able to do. I am actually able to use our Huion Canvas 13 Gen 3 with a mouthful
I know.
as a non-display tablet as well. It's like a Cintiq, and it's also a normal tablet. And you know me, I actually really enjoy using these as just normal tablets.
Mm-hmm.
So perfect.
We'll
We'll see how it works today.
Yeah, I really like your style of teaching. I just have to start drawing. Yes, exactly. Just start somewhere. Do I just go back to the basics? We think that would help?
My question is, what is there other than the basics?
That's true.
Like, you learn the basics, and you get good at them, and you're a pro.
Yeah.
There's no, like, secret sauce. There's no thing other than the basics, really. It's all just the basics and getting really good at them. It's like, if you talk to someone and you're using language, like, what other than the basics of, you know, talking and speech and language are you using?
Well, like, I would ask, like, what do you want to do? Like, what do you want to be able to do? And then, like, gear your practice towards that. You got to start somewhere. And everything that you do start will be difficult. Like, we can tell you to start doing boxes. But, like, boxes require, oh, yeah, horizon line, you know, vanishing point and all that stuff. And that's hard work. Like, if you've never drawn before or you rarely draw at all, that's hard work. But, like, you got to start somewhere, right? If I tell you to draw heads, still got to know how to do form. So I would say don't think too much about it. I would say.
Box time? I think she's just warming up a little bit.
Yeah, I am just warming up a bit.
What app? Christina's using an iPad with Procreate. Oh, that's awesome. Is it expensive? What the Canvas
Canvas?
Gen 3? No, it's not actually that expensive at all. I don't know how expensive it is. I know it's not very expensive because Huion sent us this tablet for free to review. However, it's super affordable, especially for the quality. I literally can't believe it. The affordability of Huion with the quality is amazing. Like, Does Wacom, like, the Pro series work better? A little bit, but it's also, like, 4 times as expensive or 5 times as expensive. It is not 5 times as good.
Yeah.
It's, like, 20% better, and then that's sometimes. Ink tablet, yes. I don't know. Like, I noticed that the Wacom is a little bit more responsive with very specific things, but I only noticed because I've used the tablet for hundreds of hours, and then I just immediately switched them out. So I have, like, this very big contrast between the two. Not contrast, but, like, I have this very good ability to detect the difference because I've used one of them for a really long time.
And you can really tell.
Yeah, it's amazing. Like, I can't believe how good the quality is for the price. That's why we literally asked Huion to become partners with us.
Yeah.
We're like,
I was very impressed.
Yeah.
What's your opinion on screenless tablets? They're great.
Oh,
I
use it
personally-
every stream.
Yeah, Colton uses it every stream.
Yep. Everything I do on stream, all of my painting, all of my demos, everything. This is just, you know, all of this kind of stuff, that kind of stuff. Well, this line work I did with the mouse here, but all the rest of it I did with a screenless. All of this is with a screenless tablet.
Everything basically is with
Literally
screenless.
everything, yeah.
Yeah.
Where's the Abby and Miko stuff? Abby, her village.
I've been loving the one I got. That's great. Awesome.
All of this stuff I did with the screenless tablet on stream. And then Christina did this on the iPad here.
Yep, I did.
But
We
all of the
merged.
background and environment I did with the screenless. I love it. I love them just as much as a Cintiq. Maybe even better.
What drawing tablet would you recommend to someone who wants to draw dynamic anime characters?
I mean, any tablet is going to work good.
Yeah.
We're partners with Huion, so I actually really like their stuff.
I do like their
I
stuff
would not
too.
become partners with a brand that I didn't like. We
Yeah.
don't make anything from it. We don't earn any money. We just like their stuff.
I find that the Huion, either the Canvas 13 or 16, like when I draw on it, it feels very intuitive for me personally. Some other tablets will feel a bit kind of slippery or feel kind of chalky. This one just like has nice clicks, and I'm like, ooh, I don't
like
know.
chalky.
Like this, like the iPad right now currently feels chalky to me. Like I feel like I'm writing on like a chalkboard.
You really?
A little bit, tiny bit. But when I'm drawing on the Huion, it feels like more glassy, but not in a bad way. It just has a nice texture, in my opinion.
Total noob to digital drawings. I'll be using what I have now in Intuos. They're great.
Oh, they're great too.
Eventually
Yeah.
we'll move on to a display tablet. A lot of people don't. I would say about, as far as I know, about half of my friends who are professional artists use the Intuos style, and half of them use a Cintiq style. I do not think in any way that a Cintiq is better. It's just different. Fang, one of my teachers, Feng Zhu, he only uses an Intuos 3, the old one. Cintiqs, people don't like them a lot of the time because your hand is in the way
Yeah.
and you can't see what you're working on.
Like in a bigger picture kind of view.
Also, the ratio. If you're working on a Cintiq, it's 1-to-1. You draw a 1-inch line and it's 1 inch. But on like a computer monitor, you can draw a 1-inch line and it can cover 3 inches on your screen, so it allows you to draw faster at a larger size. I'm telling you, a lot of people prefer the non-display tablets. It's just preference.
Do you guys have a link or anything I could use to support you guys alongside buying a tablet?
Yeah, we have on our drawanime.com link, we have a
Right
Huion
here.
link that they sent us, and if you get a tablet from there, we don't earn anything, but they'll know.
They'll know that it's from
know
us.
that you got a tablet using that link.
Yeah.
But if you really want to support us, we do sell classes online. We don't like donos or gifts or anything. We much prefer people get something out of it. So we have a
Yeah.
bunch of classes that are available.
That's from
here.
my anime art school,
We have
yeah.
a chibi class. We have a perspective live class coming up. We have a complete school that's like a year long. But just showing up and chatting and saying hi is the best way that you can support us.
Yeah, how much are your classes?
The chibi class is $20, and it teaches you all about drawing chibis. My perspective live class is a 7-week perspective class where you get feedback every single week. It's like a
Which
Zoom
is this
class.
right here?
Yeah, that one's $500. And then the Anime Art School is a 1-year-long program with a bunch of different classes. Like, it's, I don't even know, it's like over 100 hours of stuff. It's like a college.
Yeah.
And that one's $497.
Yes.
And then we'll be getting other classes up in the future.
Yeah, we're planning to make more standalone.
But it's funny because the hand in the way, people like it on social media here.
Because it feels more human,
Yeah,
I
if
guess.
you're an artist and you're trying to draw a picture, the hand in the way gets annoying. If you are creating content, people actually like seeing the hand. It makes it feel like someone's drawing it.
Yeah.
If you just see like a magic line appear, it's not as it's just preference, you know.
Which is better, a screenless tablet or a drawing tablet? I'm planning to buy one. It depends on what you're comfortable with.
It totally depends.
Like, do you want something that you like? Do you want to draw as if you're like drawing on paper? Then maybe a screen tablet. If you don't really care that much, then screenless. Screenless are generally more cheaper, I think, right?
What?
Are screenless ones generally cheaper?
I think so. A lot of beginners think that a Cintiq style tablet is like the meta. It is not. It's just different in preference.
Yeah.
A lot of people think like the ultimate tablet is like a 24-inch Cintiq style big giant tablet. It's really not. A lot of people, it's mostly preference. Like, it's not really better. Is it better at having a large screen? Yeah. Is it better for drawing and creating? Not necessarily.
Which class is better to learn about anatomy, coloring, etc. in the anime style?
That would be our anime art school.
That'll be our anime art school, right here.
Yes.
I'll show you a few examples.
Yeah. Hey, Midnight Cup. Do you choose to use besides human TADC? I don't know what that is.
I don't know what that is.
I'm now at the point that I think I'm so bad at coloring, and I'm now at that point that I think I'm so bad at coloring and shading and rendering. That's not good. I don't know what to say other than that. Like, just, keep going, gambate.
Yeah. So these are these are examples from my anime art school. Like this is like from the heads and faces class. I also teach you how to draw in an anime style, anime heads and faces and expressions, how to color eyes and stuff. And then here's like stuff that you do. These are demos that I've done in the class, and I show you how to do it. I also teach an anatomy class, which if you're wanting to learn about anatomy, it comes with anime art school. Colton teaches the color and rendering class, so this is stuff that he teaches you. Stuff like this. So it's like a whole package in one program. So this is from our anime art school.
Oh yes. By the way, chat, I emailed the Ohuhu marker brand back, and I told them that they can send us over markers if they're still available, and then we'll review them and see if they're nice.
Yeah.
Evening. Hello, Midnight Cup. Me wa me wa. I don't know how to say that name.
I wouldn't know either. Miwa?
TADC, the Amazing Digital Circus. Now, we don't really teach a lot of style stuff. We more teach drawing foundation.
Yeah.
Oh, markers are fantastic. Is it alcohol markers? Yeah.
How to get better at drawing square forms? You mean cubes or boxes?
Yeah, that's definitely under the topic of like basic perspective stuff.
Yeah. Different angles. I would get yourself more familiar with like 1 and 2 point and 3 point perspective, and like what do boxes look like and why do they converge. Like, for instance, if you have like a 1 point, like how will you know why this and this go back in space if you don't know like the horizon line and the vanishing points, right? Colton teaches more of this, but I can do like a very tiny version of it. One exercise that you can do is just setting up a 1 point perspective grid, which is just horizon line, which is your eye level, your vanishing point, and then drawing a box in this space. So what I like to do is I'll kind of draw like a rectangle or a square of whatever length, and the horizontals and verticals will be perfectly straight up and down and side to side, and then I just connect this to this, and then I draw in the back side. So get yourself familiar with the process of drawing boxes. Here's another one.
Cat hair.
Yeah.
It's this. This is the
Is
problem.
It's the grooming. Yeah. This just helps you to understand the logic behind the boxes. And once you've done a lot of these and you're like, oh my gosh, this is like muscle memory now, then you can move on to other things like 2 point, 3 point, But when you draw this from imagination, you're thinking, is this above or below the horizon line? If I'm looking down at it, I'm looking on this side, and this side, and this side, but I'm not seeing other sides. That's what I would think about.
Yeah, like after you learn the basic like 1, 2, and 3 point, I would really recommend practicing Krenz cubes. Krenz cubes are basically, you can rotate. Let me see, like this, right? You create, say, a grid like this.
4x4, I guess.
Yeah, it's a 4x4. This isn't super accurate. Right, and we can go put that there, and then we'll just go like this, and we'll go. Tell me, please.
Still trying to get used to it.
Yeah. Okay, so we go 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. All right, so we've got this right here, and this one is going to be front. So this is a way to rotate cubes. Again, you need
this
1, 2, and 3 point understanding, right? You need to be able to go, this is a box, and you need to know how to connect these, right? That's a really weird angle.
There you go.
Right, you need to be able to do this. You need to be able to do 2-point perspective and 3-point perspective. However, after the basic 1, 2, and 3-point perspective, which you can do a lot of practice for, where was that little demo that I did on stream?
Which one?
The 1, 2, 3-point perspective lesson.
Oh.
I don't need this open. I don't really know where it is exactly, actually.
It's probably in some of these.
Yeah. Whoa. It's gotta be here somewhere.
Oh, those are the grids from before.
I don't actually know where it is, but whatever. We're not really talking about that now anyways. Now, what is my current file? Here it is. Okay, so this is the front of the cube, right? This is the front side. It is facing us. This tablet's just a little bit slipperier than, see it, like,
Yeah,
it like doesn't shrink right.
yeah, I know what you mean.
Okay, this tablet's just a little bit slipperier than the one I'm used to. So you come over here,
It's almost like trying a different car, driving a different car.
and now you put the line here instead, okay? And so now what ends up happening is you rotate the box.
You're showing a little bit of a different side.
And so what we end up getting is 1 to 3. We get 1 to 3. We get one side of the side, or one part to the side, 3 parts to the front. All right, and then we move it to this one. And you're not connecting the dots, by the way. A lot of people think that it's this. It's like dot to dot, dot to dot, dot to dot. It's not. This is not what we're doing. We're simply creating a ratio between the front and the side, okay? It's just, we're basically just focusing on these vertical ones right now, okay? And then we get 2 to 2. So here is
Half and
2.
half.
Yep, 50-50.
So for someone who's been asking about how to draw boxes in different angles, like, you can think of it this way
Front
as well.
and side. Yes, this is a good exercise. It's called Krenz cubes. Krenz cubes. All right? And then we got 3 to 1. So this one is 3 to 1. So we've taken this box and we've rotated it.
So you'll notice that the 1 to 3 and the 3 to 1 are the same boxes, just flipped.
Yep. So we can color this as well. We could just make, say, the front row. Okay.
Thank you so much. I'm really trying to get into the fundamentals. Awesome. That is great. Colton is the perspective teacher of the two of us. And he teaches a really good perspective class in our anime art school. We teach the fundamentals there in more depth. But, you know, we teach the free version, which is a much shorter and condensed version. But yeah, feel free to ask more questions about it because we like answering stuff about perspective and stuff like that.
Right, we got that, and now here's the side, and it's appearing. And so this box is rotating. And all I'm doing is I'm planning where the edge of it is. Okay, so we got this. Come down here, right? So we've got 2 to 2. We've got 3 to 1. And now this happens the same way, except up and down as well. So it's like, you know, we can do this.
Using the same
Yep.
like 1 to 3 ratio, but on the top instead.
Yep. So now this one faces down. So this is the top and the front. And then we do the exact same thing coming down here, all right? So this is a nice little exercise for rotating boxes. So this one rotates down here.
So someone's asking, if you're not going to dot, how far do you like draw the sides, I guess?
Funny enough, it depends on your camera lens.
Oh. It's in the top. Yep.
It's in the second drawer. Depends on your camera lens. Look. Zoop.
We zoomed out
Here's
the camera.
50-50. And now zoom in. Zoom in as I move away. So like slowly zoom. Zoom, 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 zoom. Now look.
I'm trying.
Zoom out a little bit.
Whoa.
See how flat that is? So this one right here looks kind of like this. Right? The first one looked like this. I'm going to exaggerate it just a little bit. The first one looked like this. And the second one looked like this.
That is interesting.
Right? This is a box. It's still 2 to 2. It's still 2 to 2. The camera lens determines your convergence. So again, this is more of a ratio. I did like a dolly, like a handmade dolly zoom there. But anyways, so you could literally get one of these as this. And it's 50% rotated. Oh my gosh, dude. Here we go. Right? We could literally get basically one of those. It's just, it depends on your camera lens. That's a foreshortening. So again, that's why it's really important to learn this stuff first, like we talked about earlier, because this is just a tool to help you rotate. This doesn't teach you the perspective. But if you must know, this is basically mimicking this. Vanishing point.
Oh.
So you can do this, but again, this is one way you could do it. Right? There's that. And then this one is down here in the middle, and it comes out like this.
Okay.
Right? Like that.
That's 2-point perspective right there.
That would be 2-point perspective. And so it works sideways and up and down. So like this.
Yes, this will be on YT.
Right? So this would literally be 2-point perspective. What we're doing is this. Here is a horizon line. Here's a vanishing point. Here's a vanishing point.
Thank you, La.
Here's the middle. Here's a box around this vanishing point on the left. Here's a box around this vanishing point on the right. Here's this mark, a third and a third. And you literally go to this vanishing point there.
Oh.
And you go to that vanishing point over there. But again, you don't have to do this. You could rotate these in a different camera lens. Like, this is just to help you rotate boxes. It's not about drawing in a specific camera lens. But technically, you can do this. So here's your 50-50, right? So that would be 50, 2 to 2, 2 to 2, 3 to 1. Here's the front. Here's the 1 to 3.
Got a fun question. What's a different point perspective exactly, and how can I practice the second and the third?
Here's the 3 to 1, and here is the side. We've just rotated this cube. Because remember, we've rotated the cube 90 degrees, but, and it's because the vanishing points are actually 90 degrees from each other. Vanishing points are 90 degrees from each other. If you're drawing a box, right? The vanishing points of a box, I should say, are 90 degrees from each other, right? This vanishing point is 90 degrees. And it makes sense, right? Because what happens if you turn directly to your right? You've turned 90 degrees.
Yep.
What happens if you've turned directly to your left? You've turned 90 degrees.
Which equals 180.
What happens if I'm facing the edge of this box and I look to where this side right here is pointing? It's 90 degrees from where this side is pointing. That's how it works. And so a cube's vanishing points are 90 degrees apart. And now depending on how close or far they are is depending on your camera lens. They're closer if it's a wider lens, they're further if it's a longer lens. Well, technically they're the same distance, you just see more, but for our demonstration purposes, they're basically closer and further. Like, you know, here's a vanishing point and a vanishing point and a 2-point perspective box like this. Right? They're 90 degrees apart. A longer lens would see this. A wider lens would see this. So like proportionally to this wider one, these are closer together, but proportionally to the longer one, the vanishing points are further apart. But if you ended up making these the same size, right? If you took this out and made these the same size,
whoa,
then look, these vanishing points are going to be a lot further away, like down there and down there. So like the reason I say they're further away with a longer lens is because proportionally they are, but technically they're still 90 degrees, right? 90 degrees from this one, and this one is 90 degrees from, you know, the one over there. But this is a little advanced stuff. You don't really learn this in a lot of perspective classes for some reason. I think it's because a lot of people don't know it. But
yeah. Or it gets really complicated, perhaps?
Yeah, and it's kind of irrelevant. Like, you mostly just need to do the exercise. But
yeah,
you know, I kind of digress.
Someone is asking, what is the different point perspectives exactly, and how can I practice a second and a third?
It's generally 1, 2, 3, 5.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 5.
There's 1, 2, 3, 5. A lot of people will say 4, but it's actually just a box rotated in 5-point perspective. 4-point perspective is like a weird broken perspective that a lot of people avoid because it's not technically speaking real. Like if you draw a fisheye lens, you got one at the top, one at the bottom, one on the left, one on the right, and then you have a center that's Z. And you can technically rotate a box so it looks like, you know, this. You can put these vanishing points here, 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 here.
Wow.
You can do like, come on, get out of here. This is what people refer to as 4-point perspective.
It feels like 4-point feels like really elusive sounding. Like, what's 4-point if there's no...
Yeah. This is like, I don't remember exactly. It's like...
Whoa.
Yeah, it's kind of like this and that and that. I don't remember exactly, but it's something like that. Like you move your vanishing points and they still have to be 90 degrees apart. I might have drawn that wrong. I'd have to think about it for a little bit, but it's generally 1, 2, 3, 5. One, and the way that it works is this. Like here's your, let me do this. Right, here's your 5 vanishing points. 1-point perspective is in the center, like here. 2-point perspective is right here. 3-point perspective is for basically here. It's like it's for looking at things at an angle. This isn't technically speaking accurate because I didn't curve these, but it's like 1-point, 2-point, 3-point, and then 5-point is for looking at all of this. But I don't really want to get into that this stream because it's kind of a long explanation and nobody's going to understand it anyways. It's more, okay, so like rotating boxes, right? Here's that vanishing point. Zoop. Here's that vanishing point down there. Zoop.
Someone was asking earlier how to put people in backgrounds or in environments. I don't know if we want to go into that. We'll see.
I would put them in as blocks first, or as a simple mannequin.
Do you guys happen to have a video on composition? I was searching for one and couldn't find it.
I don't know if I have a dedicated video on composition.
So it's like how many sides we would see in a cube?
Not necessarily, because you can see 3 sides of a cube with 1 point perspective. Like, if I made a 1 point grid and I put the cube right here.
You could see 3 sides.
Yeah, I would see 3 sides of it. So not really. It's how many sides are going away from us. Remember, a new vanishing point is introduced when something's going away from us. It's like, if I've got a line and it gets further from us, it gets smaller. And if it keeps getting further from us, eventually it gets to the point where it vanishes, where you can't see it anymore because it's too small. And 1 point perspective, like the front that's facing us is not getting smaller enough to introduce a new vanishing point. But in 2 point perspective, it is. So this side is getting further from us, and this side is also getting further from us in a way that matters enough. And so we make 2. And in 3 point perspective, that happens with 3 of the sides, right? It happens with,
How many? It's
here's
like how
the
many
closest
sides
point.
converge?
This gets further, this gets further, this gets further, this gets further. So we have 3 vanishing points. 1 right there, 1 back there, right? 1 back there, 3. 1, 2, 3. But technically, you could show this box in 2 point perspective. It would just feel a little stiff, right? If I wanted to show a box like this, I don't have to converge these sides. I could just do this. But now you see how it kind of feels a little bit stiff. It feels like it's kind of artificially not getting smaller enough. But look, if I take this box and I introduce a 3rd vanishing point, it feels more comfortable.
Ooh.
It feels like it needs to. And so it's not like you could even show, you could show this in 2 point perspective or 3 point perspective. It's just you kind of introduce a new vanishing point when you need it. It's like, and you make the determination, do you need it? You could show this box in 0 point perspective. You could just make it isometric.
Where there's no convergence at all on any of the sides.
Yeah, like no convergence. You just go.
Gizmo says you should make an art school.
Like that,
have
right?
An art school.
No convergence. But it feels kind of stiff. This one feels a lot more natural because it's more lined up to what you see in real life, right? If you're on top of a building and you're looking at another building from above, this is closer to you than that. So it's going to get smaller visually. This breaks what you would see naturally, and so does this. And it's not like one is right or one is wrong. It's what do you want to show? Because like this would be great for a mobile game. Why? Because it saves memory, because you don't have to show a lot. You don't have to calculate perspective. Like that.
Yeah.
So it's like perspective is a tool. It's not like this rule. Right? It's a tool that you use to make people feel comfortable looking at something 3D. It's not like this, oh, you have to do this or you have to do that. It's something that you use as a tool to help you show something clearly. But yeah, anyways.
I've been practicing drawing dynamic/detailed backgrounds. Any tips on perspective or designing?
Where was that up there? I've been practicing
right there.
drawing dynamic/detailed backgrounds. Yeah, I mean, I've been given tips on perspective this entire stream so far. You've been loving the daily challenges? Nice.
Nice.
Practice comes after learning how to converge the lines comfortably. I don't know what you mean by learning how to converge the lines comfortably. You mean after you can draw a dot and draw lines pointing at it? Because that's convergence. Like this?
Yeah.
Is that me to be? Hi.
Hey, me to be.
Gracie, love drawing boxes on every piece of paper I get. That's good.
That's great.
Does real life technically have infinite vanishing points, or have I misunderstood the concept? I mean, yeah, I like to think about it like this. Could you throw a baseball in any direction and eventually it would get far enough away that you can't see it anymore? Yeah. Infinite vanishing points. I mean, every every single point around you goes away really, really, really far. So technically, yeah, you could throw a baseball or you could shoot a cannon, and the ball would go so far you can't see it anymore. So yeah, definitely. Like there's an infinite number of directions you could go in, very far. Stuff with color theory a lot.
Ooh. How to practice drawing scenes with characters?
Scenes with characters? Are you talking compositionally or like making the characters feel like they're actually in the environment in 3D?
Yeah, we talk about color theory quite often.
You can do your thing if you want. I got
Sure.
a tinkle real quick.
Yeah, no problem. In 3D, they said.
You can talk about that.
Oh, I'll try.
I mean, you're always doing your shots that are like them sitting in a restaurant at a table.
That's true. I do. Yeah, I could try that. So, let me think. I'm not usually the perspective teacher, but I'll try my best to explain it. What I do is I'll kind of get like a general idea of my grid. So what I do is I'll draw like a plane that looks like this, and I ask myself, what am I looking at? Am I looking at the bottom or the top of this table or whatever? So I'm thinking, okay, well, this is my top. And then I decide, well, okay, do I want this to be in a 3-point perspective or whatever? I'm looking at the bottom of it, or sorry, I'm looking at the top of it. So that basically means my lines will converge down. So this will kind of be like a grid that I can base my characters off of. So if they're like sitting on a table, for example, I can use these lines as a guide. So I just kind of add a bit more lines that match this perspective, and this, and this. And this is like really rough and stuff, but. So when I'm looking at someone from below, or from above, sorry, I'm not going to look up at them, or else that will be out of perspective. So if I want this person to be placed and, you know, sitting on the table or by the table, I have to think, okay, my box, I'm going to be looking down at basically all my boxes. And so I want to make sure that my boxes match the perspective of this table. So like, I'm not going to go into like hyperconvergence where I'm like, my boxes look like this, because that wouldn't match up. I want them to feel like they're in the same plane of existence. So all these lines are to help me match the perspective for basically anything. So like, you know, here's my torso.
Boxes will feel wrong when they are not in the same camera lens. Again, camera lens determines your convergence.
Yep.
So if your boxes don't feel like they're in the same world, it's because you might be changing the camera lens.
Yeah. And for me, I'm kind of doing this intuitively. I know that I'm not going to get a lot of convergence because my grid doesn't say that. I'm not going to get like this for a cylinder. I'm instead going to get something a little bit more isometric, like slight convergence. And then I match all my other forms with that perspective. So that's what I like to think about. You can think about it like putting pieces of paper on a surface. Does this piece of paper feel like it's on the table? If yes, then you're on the right track.
Yeah, it's like you got to remember there's still a horizon line up there somewhere.
Yeah.
And it's in the same spot. Like it goes along the horizon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's going to start feeling really weird if you start putting boxes that are not in the same camera lens into your shot.
Like, what happens when I make my I don't know, my bench? Oop, like that.
Yeah.
What happens when I make my bench look like this? Out of perspective.
Yeah, it doesn't feel right.
Yeah.
It's like it's not following the same logic as the right,
table, like, as the person.
Yeah, so if I were to put another table in this shot, or I were to change this table and I were to make it go.
Oh, yeah.
That no longer feels right.
Mm-hmm.
It's converging too fast. It's in too wide of a camera lens, right? With this grid here has set up Christina's camera lens. Yeah. And if you start to, it's what I talked about earlier on stream, right? With right here, like this box versus this box, or this shot, which is like zoomed in, you know, we'll put like red around this here. This red, this is the red versus the blue. The blue is right here. Right? Mm-hmm. This is a much wider a much wider lens. Come on. Wider, longer. And if you put a wide lens box, right? Like, so let's just say this. We have a box right here.
Yes, we upload these onto our YouTube channel. Oh,
If
we're
I
already
have-
streaming there
If
too.
I have a box like this, right? And I take this box and I just straight up shrink it into this scene, that box contradicts. Like, look, it's got vanishing point that's right here and a vanishing point that's right here. And it's got a vanishing point that's right here. This box is now contradicting the rest of the scene. This will not happen in real life because I've just taken a larger box and I've shrunk it 1-to-1. What would happen is if this box got shrunk, it would still be going back to that vanishing point all the way out here. And it would be going to this vanishing point all the way out here. And so when people rotate boxes in their imagination, like if they draw a box like this and like this, and they go, okay, I want to draw another box and I want it to be rotated, right? And they'll go, okay. They will accidentally make the vanishing points way too, they'll make the camera lens way too different,
Oh.
right?
Oh, yep, I see that.
They'll go and they'll make it different. So they'll, instead of this, they'll go like, maybe something like that. And then this box, you know, box A and box B will be in different camera lenses. And then they'll go, oh.
And they'll be like, why doesn't it look right?
Yeah, and they'll go, why doesn't this look right? And it's really just a basic issue, because this box should be like this stinking big.
Now that would be a bit more natural.
Now this feels more natural, right? Because we've got... Why are you... There it goes. This box feels natural because this is my convergence, right? That's my convergence there. And it keeps consistent with it. So even if I rotate my box, it's going to be in a camera lens that matches. Because you can't. Like, the box is affected, right? It's like, I've got a box that looks like... Can you zoom out?
Yes. Which way is zooming out? There we go.
Just do it all the way. I've got a box that looks like this. See, the front and this. And it's sitting right next to a box. Zoom in. All the way down here. Now look at this. The front edge versus this edge. There's not a lot of size difference. That camera, like, I can't get this in real life. I can't get a box that converges more in a lens that's longer. Now zoom out again. All the way? Is
That's
it all the way? Okay.
Yep.
See? Look at the size difference. Like, if I'm just trying to figure out. I don't have anything, do I?
Well, like a little...
Yeah, like a little marker or something. Like, yeah, you see the size difference between the edge of this and the edge of that. It's way smaller. I don't really have enough props to explain this, but... And they'll be in different places, and then it looks inconsistent because you've got different camera lenses in the same shot, and it doesn't make sense. And this has nothing to do with the rotation of the box. It has to do with the foreshortening.
Yeah. So, like, if I'm placing something on the table, I better make sure that this is lined up with the grid, like, of the table. So, like, if I'm drawing, like, a little piece of, I don't know, flyer that's on the table, I'm like, okay, this and this got to match with this, or else it's not going to look right.
What?
Like, this line right here
Yeah.
got to match with this, or else it's not going to look as right.
And if it's not lined up, it's also fine. It just has to be in the same camera.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
so,
that's a
like,
good distinction.
Yeah, and what people end up doing is they get really afraid to go off the grid because they don't know how to rotate objects, right? So here's Christina's table right here, and here's the little thing that she put on there. Let's just say, like, here's her thing that she put on there. If I wanted to rotate this, I could do that, but it would still have to be consistent
With the perspective.
yeah, exactly, with the camera lens. Like, this isn't all of a sudden gonna go like this.
Yeah, exactly.
It's still going back to this horizon line way up here, right? And then this horizon line goes along like this, and this one goes up to the horizon line way over there. Your horizon line's not all of a sudden right here. And even if it was, maybe it would be coming towards us, right? It would be maybe something like this. Something like that. And then there's another vanishing point down there because I've rotated this towards me. But this vanishing point and the other one are still going to be 90 degrees apart in this camera lens. And it was similar to like this, right? You can't just take this and shrink it and put it next to this box. You're now like
to feel, yeah.
Exactly. You're now contradicting the perspective of the shot. It's gotta still go back to that vanishing point there.
Oh my gosh, I remember doing this mistake so often where I would like draw a box and I'll draw another box or some other object next to it and it'll be in the completely like different camera.
Yeah. And so here's my horizon line, right? And if I want to rotate the box and I say, okay, yeah, but that's all cool, but what if I want to change the perspective of it? Okay, here's my new vanishing point. Is my other vanishing point going to be right here? No, it's not. I'm taking this one and I'm picking it up and I'm putting it right here. And then this one has to get picked up and go equally in order to stay the same distance. So now we're going to get something like this. And if this one is far enough away, I can just switch back to 1-point perspective.
Oh, yeah, because it doesn't need that.
There we go. There's a 1-point. You can have 1-point and 2-point perspective boxes in the same shot. You see what I'm saying? Like, I have to keep these vanishing points the same distance from each other in order to keep the same camera lens. It's like if I'm drawing in a fisheye lens, right? And there's, I don't know. And there's a box right here. Here's a box. And then this box is going down there. This vanishing point right here and this vanishing point right here, they are 90 degrees apart. The circle is 180 degrees from side to side. So if I want to rotate this box, I have to pick up and move the vanishing point. So let's just say I have a new vanishing point here. Or actually, let's do this. A new vanishing point right here. So I picked this one up and I've moved it. Now I'm going to pick this one up and move it the same amount and put it right here. And then what ends up happening is something along the lines of this. This box rotates. I'm not ever going to take this vanishing point and move it without moving this one. Because then you're contradicting the perspective of the scene. That's like super fundamental to how cameras and perspective works.
So everything goes to the horizon line, but not necessarily to the same vanishing points, especially for a rotated object.
Not even everything goes to the horizon line, because imagine you have a box tilted towards us. The horizon line for that box is going to be in the air, right? Like, imagine you have a box, and then I go, just kidding. Now it's tilting towards us, right? This box's horizon line is not this. This box's horizon line is going to be like way up here now, right? But as long as the vanishing points stay the same distance apart, you could rotate the box whatever way you want, right? So again, let's say, okay, I take this box and I go, I don't know, let me think. What would be an easy way to explain this? Probably not on a fisheye grid, right? I would just say, just keep in mind that if you're in the same shot, you're dealing with the same convergence. All right? So you're taking this, and again, like this is the horizon line. You could move this vanishing point up here. You can move this vanishing point up here, right? And then this one over here that moves as well would still have to stay 90 degrees apart, and 90 degrees is half the circle. But again, this is getting into a little bit of a complicated territory. I would just say keep your convergence consistent with the lens that you're in, and this comes from honestly a lot of like this kind of stuff, like a lot of drawing boxes on grids and rotating them, and you kind of discover this over time as you practice it a lot.
Does this apply to animation?
anything in perspective.
Mm-hmm. Like, I think with animation, you are now dealing with, like, what shot is it? Like, is it going to be a wide shot or a long shot?
Yep.
And that, once again, has to do with cameras, which has to do with perspective. So, yeah, I would say in a way it does. Well, yeah, anything that's drawing in 3D requires perspective.
If it's in 3D, if it is, then yes.
Yeah.
Pretty much everything everybody draws is going to be in 3D in some way.
Do I need to include reference photos in the bi-weekly competition? It's not a competition, but
there's no competition.
You can check the examples.
You can if you want. It would be cool to see them.
Yeah, I would say
if it's not written in the required stuff, then no.
Yeah,
I would honestly just refer back to that all the time.
Mm-hmm.
But you totally can.
I just realized I've been watching these streams for almost 2 years. I'm glad you didn't get bored of us, Mitsubi. I'm not an animator, so I wouldn't really be able to answer the question of like drawing the same frame or animation frames.
How do you keep characters' face looking the same in different drawings / animation frames? I would assume they'd need to be in the same proportion.
Yeah.
I think there's exercises for that. We don't teach any animation, but I know that there are definitely exercises out there that you can practice, like rotating heads and faces for animation. I've seen them before.
Doing stuff like this, I guess.
Yeah, except instead of dragging it down, they will just put it in the next frame.
Yeah.
You give some tips about metal and glass. What about it?
Mm-hmm.
You mean like rendering it?
Something I'll do, like just for myself sometimes, is if I want to get the right proportion in different angles, I will draw like little grids like this. Now, I'm not saying this is for animation, but like this could help with like proportion in general. I'll be like, okay, here's the top of my head, here's the bottom of my head. In the side view, it's going to be the same length. So like, oh, here's the top of my head, here's the bottom of my head or my chin. And like these match up. And so I'll just like grid them like this. Like here's my eye line. Well, in that case, here's also my eye line, right? Now, of course, like things will need to be adjusted here and there to make it look better, but that's a good starting point. Eyebrows here, also eyebrows here, and you look back and forth between the two angles.
Just tuned in what we got going on. Just whatever. We were talking about perspective a bit. We were talking now about turning heads or keeping proportions consistent or something.
Yep. I feel like this needs to be a bit higher.
Yeah, the lines are kind of wobbly.
Lines are wobbly, so yeah.
Size.
Yeah.
Do you get past perfectionism and just enjoy drawing for drawing? That's a good question. A lot of people struggle with that. I would say one thing that you can do is you can make the goal to fill the page rather than to make an amazing drawing. That's one way you can do it. Like if I want to get past perfectionism, I'll usually be like, I'm gonna fill 5 pages to the brim, and any spot that is blank on my paper, I'm gonna put a drawing there. It doesn't matter what it is. Or if I'm studying a particular subject, I'll be like, any blank spot is getting filled, and that is my only goal. The only goal is to fill the page or to fill pages. It's not, I don't even like look at the drawings when they're done. That's one way you can help with that.
Or also maybe like don't judge your drawings as much, which is very hard to not do.
Yeah. You can change the medium. It's definitely like a mentality mindset thing. Does I stream every day? Nope. Not every day. A lot of days though.
And thank you.
Feet or shoes in perspective. I don't really feel like going into that today.
I don't know. Feet are kind of complicated.
I think you just talked about them recently, right?
Yeah, I've definitely talked about it some streams ago.
We'll have to cover it on a different stream.
Yeah, I would say keep trying to simplify into boxes. If you can draw a box from below or from above like this, you can draw a foot because foot is just this. Not gonna go in depth about it, but like it's the same thing. This and this same perspective.
I really don't know where and how to place the shadows. You mean on glass and metal? That has like 4 or 5 different stages before it that come before that. So if you want to learn how to place the dark and light parts on metal, where the heck is it? Where is that? Here it is.
Yay!
I talked about this on stream a little while back when we were doing a breakdown. So like reflections. I would really recommend taking like a matte surface rendering class where you learn about, you know, the light side, the dark side, core shadow, bounce light, and all of that. And metal has to do with kind of like perspective and reflectivity of things. So like if you're lighting a cylinder, if this is a cylinder from above and you've got, I don't know, a landscape out here and there's like whatever trees, this is a top view, so top. What ends up happening with a cylinder, here's a tree, here's a tree, here's a person and their feet, I don't know, here's a picnic bench. This cylinder gets this environment mapped to it like this. So all of this stuff that it sees gets compressed into this little area right here, right? This like area. And what ends up happening is that vertically what you see, so like vertically, it turns into a bunch of streaks. So like your entire environment is here and it turns into streaks. And so it's like there's a tree and like here's another tree and the person is in there. But what ends up happening is it kind of just turns into a bunch of like long streaks, all right?
Can't go wrong with that. Long streaks.
Yeah, it like gets compressed. These dark and light objects in your scene get compressed into small areas. It's like one of those fun mirrors at the carnival or whatever. Like everything kind of gets compressed like a metal cylinder. Like you can even see it on my pen here.
Oh yeah.
See, the whole room is getting compressed to streaks. I don't have a metallic
We don't have
cylinder
something
here.
metallic,
Maybe these?
Oh yep.
It won't focus on it. Can you put your hand under it?
Oh, there we go.
See, there's that metal cylinder right there. You see the whole room gets compressed into these streaks. And they're very high contrast and they're very crisp and sharp. Right? So it's like that. Okay, there's the room. It gets compressed into these streaks. You can see there's the pink of Christina's hand.
Yeah. Well,
And now, you don't really need to be able to draw it exactly. You can just imply it. Like, you can know what's happening and just imply it. So that's what ends up happening.
Every shadow.
And there's like matte, which is very diffused, like a diffused material where it's kind of just, you're not getting any reflections of the environment. And then there's semi-reflective, which is kind of like halfway in between. You're getting like, there's the diffuse, there's the shadow part, but you're also starting to get these kind of highlights and stuff coming in. And then you've got like reflective, which you're completely getting rid of the lit and shadowed side and you're just mapping the environment onto the cylinder. And this is the same with a ball. It's the same with everything. And it's like, if you look up like night armor or something, so like night armor, you'll see this happens. Like the room gets mapped. This is probably not a very good room for it. Let's do this. So this is kind of rough, but this is the ground right here. This is the ground and this is the sky. And here is the sun, right? Here it is again. Here's the sky up here. Here's the sky back here. Here is a little bit of that ground coming in. Sky. So like, I'm telling you, this is literally all just primitive. It's primitive forms. Right, it's these primitive forms, because people will be like, oh, what do I do when I'm ready to move on from the primitive forms? It's like, you're done. Your artwork's done. When you're ready to move on, you're done, because that's all there is. Right, it's like this front of the face right here. Dude, this is hard to change the brush size. It's a cone. This right here, it's kind of like a half sphere, like a chunk of a sphere. This right here is just a little strip.
It's a really cool helmet.
This right here, I'm sick of this happening.
I know.
This right here is basically just a cone as well. right? And so it's like anything that faces up, right? Think of this in like low poly terms, right? We got this cone and we got this. And we got this. Which planes are facing which direction? This is facing up. This is facing there. This is facing down. You're going to get the ground. You're going to get the sky. You're going to get the sun. Oh, wait. Wait a second. The ground and the sky and the sun.
Huh.
And here's the sky on the other side. It's just being mapped to it, right? It's reflective. And now, again, like this requires the ability to draw in 3D. Because if you can't draw a cone, you can't render it, right? Like, how could you render a cone if you can't even draw a cone? Because rendering is drawing plus extra.
That's true.
So if you can't draw a cone, if you can't draw a sphere, if you can't draw a box or a strip, right? This is just a strip of a cylinder right here. This right here is just a very, very mild strip of a cylinder. And this right here, this is another strip of a cylinder. See? You can see it wrap around.
Yeah,
just like
there
that.
It goes.
So these simple primitive forms are stuck together, and then the way that you render them, this is a sphere. This is a metal sphere, right? Sky, ground. Look.
Oh, yep, sphere.
There's the ground. Oh, what do we get in the ground? Oh, maybe some green from the grass. Like nice dark green from the grass. Right? We get some like Fresnel maybe going around the side. Like this. We get this nice green from the grass down there. We get some like scratches and stuff on the surface.
It's so interesting because when you think of metal, you think, oh, it's a gray. But like not necessarily, it's just reflections. But like it feels... Even when you draw metal like this, it feels like it should have like some kind of gray tone, but we didn't add any of that.
But don't forget, we're also going to see this dude here. So this arm is actually going above here. And we're going to see like this, the underside of that.
Wait.
We're just drawing the world. Like the world is being shown in this ball. There it is. Look.
Wow.
Looks like a metal ball floating by him. That's
Wow.
crazy. That's exactly
insane.
how this works. This is the metal ball. And that allows you to even just modify this kind of stuff and be like, oh, yeah, I'll come over here and...
Take that out.
Yeah, take this out. Maybe we'll change the helmet a little bit. Oh,
Whoa.
wow.
Holy crap.
Look, now his helmet looks funny.
Wow.
That's actually kind of cool.
That actually looks insanely cool.
But
wow.
yeah, that's... And it's because I have a background in rendering matte surface materials, right? Matte surface materials and this kind of stuff. Like, I understand how it works. I understand how to render a metal sphere, a metal ribbon, a metal ball, a metal box. I understand the reflectivity. I teach this in my class, by the way, in anime art school. I have a 14-week long painting class. I explain this kind of stuff.
Stuff like materials and rendering like this.
How to calculate cast shadows. I saw someone asking about that. I teach that in my class.
Peak.
Yeah, I do all the painting lessons and color, lighting, color theory. This I did by hand. It's a basic brown brush. This whole room is just drawn by hand with a basic brush.
Oh yeah, if you want to check it out, you can go here.
But yeah.
I just recently found your channel and I'm so glad I have. Awesome. Just started trying to learn drawing in my 30s. Do either of you have a project you're working on?
The project of getting better, I guess.
Yeah.
Not really, like, kind of.
I mean, like, our project is working on this business. But also, I mean, like, we do have some personal projects here and there.
Anime Academy is
Anime
our
Academy.
project as well.
Yeah. Man, that was a really good demo. I feel like that could be a fun little short or clip. Who knows? I need to actually, I think doing like some little like simple primitive object rendering within like the image that you're working with.
I used
sounds
to
really
give
cool.
that to homework for students all
Oh,
the time.
really? Nice. I need to do some of that, honestly.
I mean, it looks very believable as well. Like, I did it in like 2 seconds, and it's got the believability of the metal there. Like, it feels like it kind of belongs there. And if we want to make it feel like it's a little bit less polished, we like diffuse it a little bit more. If we want to make it feel like it's more chrome, we make it more crisp. We give really crisp edges to this stuff, right? Like, oh, we want this showing there, and we want this showing there, and we give this a crispness to it. So it's like we polish it and rough it up by crisping and blurring the reflections. And your brain just goes, ah.
Oh, I
get it.
gotcha.
See, this is not very, like, this is reflective, but it's not a mirror. Like, look at this
Whoa.
compared to this. This one is a mirror.
That's
look
a
at
mirror.
those. There's those strips that I was talking about, right? You got those nice strips that go along here very cleanly, because that is literally a cylinder. And this one is a cylinder. But this guy's armor below, it's not as polished, so you can see that these strips are a lot less defined, especially on this chest area. Like, very clear reflections. You're getting, like, actual stuff in the reflection, like a chrome ball. This one here, you're kind of just getting, like, a vague impression that there's some sort of environment there.
I had deja vu just now. Maybe that's a good thing.
Recently, you have... Nice. I mean, starting in your 30s is great.
Don't want to draw that helmet.
What about glass? Glass distorts things through it. If you want to learn about glass, I would recommend actually setting up glass and doing studies of it physically.
You're better off doing that.
Like, I'm not going to just be able to explain how to render anything glass, because it's like, I mean, you're dealing with perspective, you're dealing with lighting, you're dealing with design, you're dealing with distortion of... You're not just dealing with all of these fundamentals, you're dealing with distorting them in a believable and predictable way. So, like, I don't think I'm going to do a whole, like, glass demo or anything during stream. But I would say if you want to get better at glass, go set up some glass stuff and draw it. See how it... Set up, like, a ball behind glass. And see what happens to it.
Yeah.
Like, see what happens to the block, right? I don't have anything glass around here that's not full of water, but here, you can pick that up if you want.
Sure.
Lift it up higher. Let's see.
Whoa.
Okay. So look at this. When it touches the edge, it kind of like turns into...
Kind of morphs into that
morphs
edge.
into it. What happens if I move this out? Like, you can do these experiments yourself. See? It's just... You move that out of the way?
Yeah.
And it's just a block, right? I just have this yellow block. And you just, like, see what happens when I put the yellow block under the glass or through the glass and then draw it.
Sip, sip.
That's how I would learn. If I wanted to get better at glass, I would probably go to the thrift store and look for different kinds of glass. Maybe some concave, maybe some convex, maybe some stuff like that. And I would get my blocks, my little kid blocks.
Baby blocks?
Yeah, my little baby blocks, right? My cylinder and my sphere and boxes and stuff. And I would just set up the blocks on the other side of the glass, and I would, like, move them around and be like, huh, so this is what's happening. And I would draw it.
So much of art is trying to, like, make sense of the illusion.
Yeah, like, we don't need tutorials on everything. We can go and figure out how things work ourselves through real experimentation and setting things up. Almost everything I know about fisheye lenses, I learned just by buying, like, a fisheye lens on Amazon for $13 and attaching it to the front of my phone and drawing over photos that I took. This thing right here, like, just over $10. It's a little fisheye lens. You can clip it to the front of your phone. See?
Look at that.
It's a little fisheye lens. You can clip it to the front of your phone and you can take pictures. See? Is this the 235 degree fisheye lens? 235.
Nice.
It's like $10-15 on Amazon. Clips right onto your phone with this little thing. Go around, take pictures, bring it into your drawing program of choice, and draw over it. Find the vanishing points. That's like, I love doing that stuff. You're like a scientist, like a researcher.
You're like a discovery person. I don't know.
Yeah, it's like artists are the type of people that would like travel the world and go paint from life. Like they would go to different cultures and different places. Like they were like, even like way in the past, they are like robbing graves to learn anatomy and stuff. And it's like
Dissecting
animals and frogs and you know,
Drawing 'em.
dedicating their entire lives to the craft of learning. And then it's like we live in this age of more resources than ever in all of history, and it's just like I don't feel like getting up.
Guilty.
Like I don't know. I like learning about stuff and experimenting and doing projects. You know, you got artists who travel all over the world with oil painting supplies and draw and paint things just from observation. Their whole lives are dedicated to it. Mm-hmm. They're running experiments. They're, you know, painting on the ceilings of churches, and then it's like, I don't know, the modern digital artist is like,
I don't feel like
I don't really feel like Googling this. I don't really feel like finding a reference. I'll just wing it. And I don't want to do that. I don't want to be the type of artist that is just like can't be bothered to do anything. Like spending $15 on a fisheye lens is like so bare minimum to me. Or even just finding fisheye photos online. Heck, those Insta360s are really cool.
Oh, those are really cool.
We got one of those a while back and went and took videos in the mall, and like a 360-degree panoramic video, and you'll find all the vanishing points and distortions and everything.
Let's see, what other questions do we have? Sure. I'm planning to do a watercolor today. It was gonna be Nala's character.
Yeah, if you want to do it, do it.
Sure, I'll do it.
There. Is that better?
Yeah.
I don't know why.
What? Oh, was it the
TikTok
sound?
audio is so weird. I have to boost our microphones to 350%, or else it like doesn't come through. I don't know why. What's the deal?
I don't know.
Yeah.
We're planning to do another piece with Abby and Miko soon on stream. That'd be really cool.
Move the whole iPad out of the way if you want.
Yeah. There we go. Here's my watercolor paper.
We're planning on doing what?
More Abby and Miko illustrations with the tavern and stuff sometime.
Yeah, that would be fun.
Yeah. So this is Nala's character. She's so cute.
Yeah, very cute.
She's so cute. I can't wait to draw her. And then I think we have another watercolor to do. Sometime I'll have to schedule that. But we'll work on this first.
What are our names? Colton and Christina?
Yes. My name is Christina.
Neat stuff.
Mm-hmm.
This. I'm talking about this.
Oh, yeah, it is really cool. I need to do more studies, honestly.
Yeah.
I always do so much clothing studies, but I don't do enough rendering or like material studies. I'm genuinely impressed with the Huion Canvas 13 though. It feels really good to draw as like a screen tablet.
It does feel very good.
Mm-hmm. Oh, awesome, you're here? Great. I want something kind of cute and peppy. So maybe I'll shrug her shoulders a little bit. Honestly, I really I think the style that you did is cute, Nala, because we have watched Dragon Ball and we really did enjoy it. Not the whole series, but it's a very good show. I really want to emphasize her hair on this. cute. Me personally, I'll always want to do some experiments to understand how things work for fun, but then I get intimidated and never follow through with them. Real. I think it's just like we get just distracted. I get very distracted. I'll be like, yeah, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna focus on this, and then I'll be like, huh? I don't know, end up getting into a rabbit hole of some other activity.
I feel like the fear of stagnation overrides my fear of being intimidated to try something.
That's an interesting topic. I am very scared to stagnate. Like, I don't want to stay the same my whole life.
Yeah, like one of the things that terrifies me more than anything is like being the same exact level artist for the next 10 years. It happened to me before where I went a long time without improving very much. And I'm like, that's a lot scarier to me than like having a drawing that turns out bad, because like I can just throw the drawing away.
That's a really
anything I learn sticks with me.
True. Here's the body.
Maybe I should do some more studying.
Sure. Oh, this is gonna be heckin' cute. I'm excited.
Yeah, very cute so far.
Thank you.
Nala says, looks so cute.
Ah, yay. I'm so happy. And honestly, I really like the simplicity of her outfit. I like just the blue, like, bodysuit. It just makes it so simple. Thank you. Okay, I'll make her hair.
Have you guys approached something you've never drawn before? Like, what's your deconstruction process? I would draw it a bunch of times and really look for the primitive forms.
Yes.
I would also look for how other people break it down.
It's a really good idea, too.
But, I would definitely look into, thinking of what's the simplest three-dimensional forms that you can turn this into.
Simplifying it will be the best way to go, because like if you simplify to basic forms and you understand the fundamentals of doing that, then you can draw from any angle.
Yep.
Like, it also helps, like, if you're more of like a function person, you're like, oh, I need to know the function of something, then, you know, use that to your advantage as well, you know? What if I did this? We'll need to do some calculation here.
And literally ignore all of the drawings that you make before you know anything about something. Just ignore it all. You're simply trying to get a little bit of mileage. Like, dedicate like 5 or 10 complete pages of a sketchbook to simply breaking the ice with drawing something that you've never drawn before. Mm-hmm. You're like, I'm like, I never draw an alligator before. And so I was sketching alligators, and I just did pages and pages of alligators, and I'm like, do the head look like this? No, not really. Does the head look like that? No. Like, oh, I noticed this form. What does that look like? And of course, like, I have training in form drawing, so it helps a lot. Like, I have training when it comes to breaking down forms, so like that's obviously going to help a lot.
That's very true.
Yep.
Bless you. All right, there we go. We got a hand. I'm gonna make it a little bit bigger. That's cute. Let me change this finger though. I don't want her to have 6 fingers.
I always wanted to be able to draw dragons and stuff better.
Oh, dragons are cool.
Bunch of snake studies. I think they're really cool. And I just kind of find everything I can and draw it all. Like, you're not gonna get better at it without drawing and practicing.
All right, time to line. That face. There it is. Love how you did the hair. Thank you. We had a really good hair flow on this. So I'm guessing that this is 2 tones. Like this is blonde and this is like a little bit darker brown. That's really cute, if that is the case. I'm struggling with hands in perspective and hard angles. Got any tips? Yes. Simplify it into pieces of paper. I have a video on it on our YouTube channel that covers that exact method. So you can go check it out on Draw Anime Academy. Sometimes I kind of wish that Dragon Ball kept the same style, as in like a very similar style as to like the very first season, or like Dragon Ball Z. I find that the very polished, like kind of waxy style doesn't really reflect Akira Toriyama's style that much. You know what I mean?
Mm.
In my personal opinion, though, but it's iconic style.
Mm.
Well, that's a really nice breakdown. The music is super loud, by the way. Don't know if that's intentional.
Is
it
it?
loud for other people as well?
Who's it loud for? Anybody else? Test. I did turn the microphone down a little bit. Where is my music at? Where is the music? Not loud for me, Lau says.
Hmm.
On YouTube, it should be fine. That was a comment on TikTok. It just quieted down. I didn't press anything. I just checked it. What's... I don't want that.
Sometimes when they don't talk, it gets louder.
Really? That's weird.
Maybe it's just the silence is speaks louder. I don't know. I'm just being dumb. Let the hair flow.
We could even just do streams with really quiet music.
Yeah.
What do you guys prefer, digital or traditional? What do you recommend for beginners? I don't really have a preference that much. I usually do digital. That's what I worked on professionally for a really long time. Beginners, both, honestly.
Yeah.
It depends on your goals. If you're a beginner and your goal is to be an oil painter, I probably wouldn't recommend digital. And if you're a beginner and your goal is to be like a digital artist, I would probably recommend to get started in digital art pretty early so you can build your skills and get used to it. It depends on your goals. Like if you want to be a traditional sculptor, it doesn't really matter if you do digital at all. We have our art teachers that have never done digital ever in their lives.
Yep.
They've been artists for their entire lives. Are we supposed to copy along with the drawing? Nope.
Nope.
This is it's kind of like a commission piece. You can do whatever you want though. But this is a piece for Nala in the chat. And this is a bonus that she got with the, what is it?
Anime Art School. Yes, Anime Art School. There we go.
All
right. Time to erase.
Maybe this should go back up. Maybe like that.
Sure.
I don't know. It's very difficult to. TikTok is really weird with that sound.
Yeah.
Hey, Tori.
I guess, like, I mean, about the question with line weight, I wasn't really teaching about line weight, but what I like to do is I'll keep everything, for the most part, like, pretty same level of line work, except for, like, some areas, like the eyes and a bit of the mouth. Like, if I want people to focus on that part, then I'll make it a little bit thicker. It's kind of more like, I just do my line weight how I naturally draw. But if you're, like, really heavy-handed, then, of course, like, your lines are going to be very thick and slow looking. So depending on like how to describe it, like wobbly and hard and thick, I guess.
Hard.
Like if you're heavy-handed was what I mean.
Okay. It looks like you pressed hard.
Yeah, looks like you pressed hard and you're going really slow. Tends to get a bit wobbly. At least that's what I've noticed for some people.
Yeah. Like wobbly line work can look great.
It can look really good.
Like, I think a lot of it has to do with, like, confidence, like, owning it, and also consistency.
Owning it, yes. Okay.
I wouldn't particularly say being heavy-handed is a bad thing. It depends. Like, I think there's a lot of great artists out there who press pretty hard.
Mm-hmm.
I don't press very hard.
Okay, I feel like this will call for some watercolor marker. I think it's more like if you're really heavy-handed and it ends up hurting your wrist, that's when you might need to like change the pressure curve.
Yeah. You could train yourself out of it for sure.
Oh, we got sparklies. I totally forgot about those. Got my water ready. Oh, those are cool. Colton, you should show chat what you're doing.
I'm just kind of experimenting with form stuff.
Oh, that's sick.
I'm just drawing like reptile head looking things in order to try and understand a little bit more about them. Like I said earlier, I would just do pages and pages and pages of drawings of things from different angles, trying to understand it and break it down. Like, I don't know almost anything about reptiles. I've hardly drawn them at all. And so I'm just like, look at images of them, try to break them down, try to understand what I'm seeing. Nerd out, watch a documentary. I notice a lot of the time the top mouth part is very thin and the bottom one tends to be a lot thicker with like a really powerful muscle jaw.
Oh.
Good morning, the watercolors one day. Yeah, we have them. I'm just like, if we ship them out again, are they just going to get sent right back? Do you have anybody that you know that could receive them reliably? That's what I'm thinking. Maybe we'll DM about it, and we'll also send you some other stuff. We'll send you stickers and all that.
Wait, who asked the question?
Wow.
Oh, okay, okay.
'Cause
Yeah.
We didn't even have stickers back then. We'll probably send you a set of these anime heads if you want them to.
Mm-hmm.
We'll send a care package for you.
Cute little art care package. Wait, that's kind of a cute idea. That really sucked that that wasn't able to get to Lao, those watercolors.
Yeah.
This. Dab it out. That's more of like a smoother blush. I feel like blush is probably the hardest thing to add to these illustrations sometimes, because it can get really finicky. I'm excited for her eyes because it's like this purplish violet, one of my favorite colors. This purplish violet. Oh wait, not what am I talking? Bluish violet. Wrong word. But I got tanzanite ring. Digital seems easier though because there are far more colors than with a pack of pencils.
That can be a double-sided sword.
True.
I mean, I think that coloring things with a very limited palette is definitely easier because you have less or you have to make more deliberate choices. Like you go, I want to cool down this red. Well, here's a blue, you know.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll put a little blue into the red. Oh wow, it kind of turned purple.
Yeah.
With digital, you can get impossible colors that don't exist. It's like, is it easier to break a pottery shop with a minigun or a BB gun? That's how I think about it. I think that digital is a lot of the time it's like a minigun. It's like a machine gun. And your pottery, and the pottery shop is your drawing.
I feel like traditional art makes you more resourceful. Like you work with what you have, and you can actually like find different solutions that way. Like you're like, oh, I didn't know that I could mix this violet with this blue, and it turns into this color. Look, oh, I gotta use that.
It's weird. We tried to pay the fee with my mom, but it asked for codes we didn't have, like nuclear launch codes. That's crazy, dude.
Nuclear. I was gonna say nuclear codes. I was like, what?
Well, this is my current thing that I'm trying this time.
Ooh! Whoa, that's so cool. That is peak. So glad I stayed up to watch. Yay! I'm so glad.
I noticed, like, I guess once I started making the bottom openy part of the mouth, what is that called?
Jaw? The mandible?
The bottom part of the mandible bigger. It started looking better because I was already understanding the forms pretty well, but I just wasn't making the bottom part big enough. I need to continue running tests on this theory. Yeah, like, what if I noticed that some artists will give it like a really bulbous nose, and then it'll be like, oh,
cute little button nose.
And they'll make it really flat, and it'll come around like this. I'm definitely starting to understand this a little bit better. We live right by a zoo. We could go over there and do some studies of these.
Bro, I totally forgot we lived by a zoo for a second.
Like, if I got hired professionally on a project where I had to design some, like, alligator-type creatures, this is exactly the kind of practice I would do. I would draw boatloads of them, and I would really try to break them down into the basic forms. And then what would end up happening is you get much more comfortable with the forms. And your design sense kicks in if you're trained. The design sense definitely kicks in. Okay, so we go like that.
Like a grayer tone. There we go. I love this character. She's so cute. Like, look
Yeah.
at her.
Very cute.
She's so cute. Okay. I love like really peppy characters that just like exude that energy. They're just very honest looking. I hope she's honest. That's probably why I like drawing Miki so much.
Like, what if I came down and did this?
Wait.
Like, I was thinking, you know, we could go like that. We could go, yeah, like, that's kind of cool. Like, what if it was even like this? Well, that's kind of cool.
Oh. That is really cool. Like a little pocket for the babies.
Like, the babies.
Actually, I did watch a little mini documentary of alligators scooping up their baby.
Crap, dude, I need to watch
Crocodiles.
that. Can you send that to me?
Yeah. Or it was either a crocodile or an alligator, but there's like a pouch.
And then I just play with the shapes. Like, I have no fear right now. Like, I can
that's
just
a
delete all these
crocodile.
drawings. Like, it's 100% for learning. Like, I don't really understand being afraid at this phase. It's just literally nothing but growth and learning. Like, why would I be afraid of just stuffing the most delectable alligator drawing juice in my brain?
Alright, I sent it to you. It's a crocodile, but I think it's still cute.
Oh, that's fine. I'll be drawing both. And then I'll, like, once I start to understand the forms a little bit, then I'll get into, like, the nuances of all that kind of stuff, and I'll draw a bunch of different kinds of snakes and stuff.
This is part where I need to be a bit careful.
This, to me, feels like I would want lines around this. What do you think? Like, this sort of thing?
Yeah, those wrapping lines would be great.
And I've noticed that a lot of the time, like, there's different kinds of teeth. There's, like, these little, like, cylinders that kind of pop out of the surface.
I'll make the hair darker, don't worry.
I've seen it broken down a couple of different ways.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I think I won't take you away for long.
No, no worries.
Okay.
It's just
I've seen,
strong
like,
hair.
this, and then I've also seen, like, this. I think both of those look really cool. Like, the differentiation between those would be kind of interesting. I don't know which one's real or not, but right now I'm kind of just trying to build my visual library for, like... And if my goal is to draw dragons, like, I'm not that concerned at the moment about which one is, like, the exact one that I need to use. Scars? The croc scars? Yeah, I mean, the scars would basically be a form line.
Alright.
See, like, if I added scars to this, the scars would literally just be a form line. It'd be like that sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
It'll read as scars as long as you kind of make it feel like jagged, a little bit jagged. By the way, I am working on the Huion Canvas 13.
Yes.
That's literally what I'm drawing on, and I'm using it as a normal graphics tablet.
That's so cool.
Yeah, it works pretty well.
It's gonna be a little bit challenging. I'm gonna have to separate out her blonde hair from her brown hair, and the values are gonna look a little bit similar. I have to make a bit of a bolder move. I'll probably do this instead. I'm gonna go with a smaller brush. There we go.
I think it is about time that I tackled a new subject as well.
In what order do you begin learning to draw?
There's a lot of orders that you can learn to draw.
What do you want to draw?
Yeah, I would probably start with that question. Like, what do you want to learn how to draw? I don't want to assume. Like, I can make a guess, and it's probably right, but I don't want to assume because there's a chance that it's not.
I love it when plans turn out just the way I want them to. Feel like a master schemer. Art is kind of like scheming in a way. You're like, oh, if I do this, I might get this result. And when it happens, you're like, I like some, I don't know, genius. Even though I'm not. Why didn't you warn me how fun it would be to create a room for my OC, now making her a whole house?
It's funny.
I'm glad you found it fun.
Yeah, it's a great assignment, and it's a way that it teaches you to think in a way that you usually don't think. Like, you don't naturally think that way. Most people who are self-taught would never assign themselves an assignment where you have to think about the arrangement of a room, design it, and then place a camera in it for a illustration.
Yeah.
It's a very design school type assignment that forces you to think in a different way. It's not really the sort of thing you would do naturally a lot of the time, but it's one of the most beneficial design assignments.
Well, you're basically your character's interior designer.
Yep.
It's like playing Animal Crossing.
And I would really, really, really recommend you do the assignment in the way where you are actually designing the room first and then placing the character in it. Like, you could cheat it and you could be like, oh, I'll kind of go back and forth and pretend. But you wouldn't really get the benefit. You wouldn't get the most benefit from that.
All right, now it's time to detail in her eyes.
Payne's Gray is nice.
I love Payne's.
I'm finally going to do my first concept gig in 3 years because I've been turning down every single job that every job offer I've gotten for the last 3 years, I've turned it down because we've been focused so much on Anime Academy, and I'm getting so sick of not doing any client work or professional work. I've gotten very rusty. I mean, the last couple of years have been a big fundamental grind. I've gone over a lot of different stuff and practiced it a lot, but there's just something about doing professional work that you're on the project. There's other artists that are way better than you who are turning in stuff, and you're inspired by them, and you're like, okay, I got to get this in by Wednesday.
Yeah.
Got to get this in by Wednesday. And someone turns in something, and you're like, crap, I got to do better than what I did.
It's like motivating.
Will we be able to see it? No, definitely not.
No, NDA.
Pretty much all concept art is NDA. I have only had a couple of things over the years get released. Fairly common for that. If you're working in-house and you work and you ship a game and you go all the way from beginning to end, you'll tend to release a lot more work. But if you're a freelance concept artist, you're very, very, very rarely going to have any work released. I don't really care. Like, for me, the fun is in the job. I never cared that none of my concept art ever really got released. I would say the worst part is that you have to build a portfolio in your own time. You can't use client work very often to build a portfolio. That doesn't bother me at all. If it did, I would probably have a lot more work posted on my social media account. I don't really make art to show it to people.
My hair is always the hardest part. I find hair the funnest part.
I feel like this was relatively successful.
Oh, wow. This is very different from what you usually do. Wow.
Yeah. This is like, what's his name? Bowser? This is
Bowser.
like Bowser. And this is like a little bit more of different shape language.
This is cool. That's a cool thing.
Interesting. Like, once you understand the form, you can add detail. Like, a lot of people think that the really detailed, polished drawings are the hard ones. I find the hard ones are the ones where you're actually, like, discovering and unearthing the forms. Once you understand the forms, you can detail them for, 10 hours. But if you don't know the forms, adding a bunch of detail isn't going to make it look very good. At least, not, like, professionally very good.
Right.
You might be able to wow a bunch of people who don't really do art, but you never get hired that way.
All right.
Look, I don't really have any experience drawing animals or creatures that much, but people would be absolutely amazed at how fast the learning curve is for a new subject matter for like a professional artist. Like, I mean, if you think about it, like an artist will get hired on a game that is on a subject matter they've never drawn before, and day one they have to be producing professional level work on that subject matter. Like, you may have a very tiny warm-up process, but other than that, like, you learn on the job. Just very, 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 very quickly, you'll get up to speed on, like, the forms and the textures and that sort of thing.
It's almost like an adjustment period.
Yeah, the little adjustment period, but, like, very, very quickly. There will be specialized artists, of course. Like, a lot of artists will work on their strength. Like, you'll get, if you're a creature designer, you'll get hired for creature design. Or if you're a, like, the new gig that I'm working on, it's a sci-fi design. It's a sci-fi game. So, like, I'm very used to working on sci-fi stuff, but I have no idea what the shape language or what the vibe is going to be for the game. I won't even know until probably day one, and I'll have to turn stuff in the next day. You might have a little bit of, you might get put on the project group like a week in advance, and you're like, oh, okay, interesting. I was on this one project a long time ago with this guy that had he didn't really have a very strong drawing foundation, and he was like more of like a 3D modeler, but he 3D modeled stuff in a really specific way, and it just didn't work very well for the project, and he eventually got let go off of the project. Like, he was making geometry that wasn't very well defined. I don't know what he was using exactly. It could have been like I don't really remember. Is that one modeling program that makes like uses like voxels
Voxels?
Yeah.
What is voxels?
A different type of 3D geometry.
Oh, I don't know.
What was it called? Yeah, sorry, Chad. I'm kind of ignoring you. I kind of want to draw
Cool stuff.
reptiles
Do it.
at the moment. Oh, I can definitely see how. Oh,
I'm trying to-
interesting.
Should have been using this blue all this time. I need to put a bit of this violet in here.
Have you tried out photography? Yeah.
Yeah.
Photography is extremely important to painting. Like, if you don't understand aperture and shutter speed specifically, ISO is not that important, but for painters, shutter speed, when it comes to do with like motion blur and stuff, and aperture when it comes to do with like your focus range, the area that's in focus, if you want to do things like blurring. But for painters specifically, one of the most important things is understanding exposure. Like, are you exposing to your lights or are you exposing to your darks? They teach that in painting classes, and it's directly from photography. Is like, what are you exposing to? A lot of people are just like, I want to paint, I don't want to do any photography. But like, you can tell when a photographer knows, or when a painter knows the basics of exposure. It's super important.
Well,
Especially
you're basically a mental photographer.
What?
You're basically a mental photographer as an artist.
Yeah, you can tell when someone doesn't understand exposure and they paint. Like, they don't know what they're looking at, or they don't even consider it a lot of the time. It's like they're not considering, am I looking at the lights or am I looking at the darks? Like, am I exposing for my lights or my shadows? And you can tell, like, especially if they're doing like landscapes or character illustrations or something. And you can cheat it, but you can cheat it like consciously knowing it. You don't need to like have a deep understanding of photography, just the basics. I would absolutely recommend any artist to take a photography class.
Yeah.
And it's fun too. Learning about stuff is a lot of fun.
Alright, I think I'm nearly done with this.
Nice.
Not that you're getting to do a bit of your studying.
Yeah, a little bit. It's kind of fun.
A little bit of the sparkle in her outfit. Bless you. There you go. I think there needs to be a shadow. Down here.
I'm new to drawing, especially for anime characters. How long would it take before I start to get somewhat decent? I'm drawing 5 to 8 hours a day. It 100% depends on your practice type. Like, what are you practicing 5 to 8 hours a day? Are you practicing foundations? Who are your teachers? Are you doing good assignments? What is your... some people it just takes longer. Some people it takes shorter. It also has to do with like your background. Have you been artsy? Are you not artsy? There's no way to know.
Yeah.
I can tell you for certain that eventually you will definitely get decent at it if you are putting in a lot of practice in an intelligent way. But it's just not possible to just straight up say X amount of time.
Yeah.
If I were to advise, I don't know what your definition of somewhat decent is, because if you're new to drawing, your definition of somewhat decent is not going to be our definition of somewhat decent.
Yeah.
Just because of the experience. Like, I may look at an artist and go, oh, they're pretty beginner, and you may go, dude, they're god level. That happens a lot.
It does happen a lot.
Your favorite artist will change over the years for sure.
Okay. Now I'm going to outline everything darker.
Shoes are the hardest part. I don't think shoes are too bad. I think the reason that people have trouble with shoes is because they just haven't drawn them very much. Like, if you've drawn a shoe as much as you've drawn an anime face, you'd be pretty good at drawing a shoe.
Oh, that's a really good point.
That people don't go, I'm gonna buy a 90-page sketchbook and fill up every single page to the brim with shoes. You'd be a lot better at drawing shoes if you do that. It's like, they're three-dimensional forms that people are usually not that familiar with.
Yeah.
They're not more complicated than a face. Like, I wouldn't say shoes are particularly that complicated of forms, especially depending on the shoe itself.
I like to argue that faces are harder than shoes because they have a lot more complicated forms, but because you're more familiar with faces and you're more comfortable drawing faces, it feels easier than drawing shoes that you're not familiar with.
Yeah. I would not particularly say that shoes are like really that hard. Like, if I'm gonna draw a shoe really quick,
Do it.
just like a simple generic shoe, I'm thinking like, you know, this front is like a half bullet shape. This part is kind of like a cylinder. This part, Christina always breaks this down on stream. It's like this shape. You've got this part. I mean, there's different kinds of this, obviously, right? You could do this, and then this could come up like boop, zoop, around. But it depends on the shoe. Like, shoes have different forms. This tends to be a bit thicker. Zoom.
Some shoes are easier to draw than others.
Yeah,
Like,
that's for sure. I find
think
Mary Jane's really
loafers-
difficult to
Oh,
draw.
you do? I find loafers really difficult to draw. Loafers and sneakers sometimes.
You know, you could have this little thing on the back. Like, I've done a little bit of shoe studies here. I'm certainly not a shoe artist. Here's that bullet shape.
Oh, that's a fun shoe.
The drawing skill equation. I ain't reading all that. What's the first thing I should focus on when getting back into art? What are your goals? If your goal is to draw cars for a living, the first thing you should focus on is going to be a little bit different than if your goal is to, like, write your own manga. Like, art's pretty broad. I would say figure out what your goals are, or, like, what direction you want to go in. You don't have to know, like, exactly.
Yeah, you don't need to know the exact roadmap because sometimes, like, if you have just very limited knowledge, the roadmap may not be exactly accurate, and it changes over time.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really proud of this image.
Yeah, it's good.
Thank you.
It looks great. What do you think, Nala? If you're still here.
So this her name is Nala. Oh, I need to add extra bits, extra little highlights. Hee.
Bum ba ba bum.
Jelly roll is great for this kind of stuff. Love it. It's fabulous. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for sending such a fabulous character. All right.
Did I not do any streak messages today? I didn't go on to TikTok all day. A little shooting star. Pew, like that. Cute.
There we go. She looks like a shooting star. Let me think. Ooh, I know what I need to do. I need to add a bit more glitter on her outfit.
Do you have white Posca markers for eye shines, or do you stick with jelly rolls?
I stick with jelly rolls just because it's easy for me. I don't know.
It's fabulous. Love it. Nala says. It's so cute.
I've always just used jelly rolls, so I'm just familiar with that. I should try other ones though. I find that like my highlights are very just tiny, so.
I can tell you right now, if you invest a lot of time into form drawing, you will not regret it.
No, not at all.
That is one thing that you will not regret ever. And if you invest a lot of time into studying design, you will absolutely not regret it.
Bend this over a little bit. Go. That's a cute shoe.
I notice a lot of the time, like, yeah, the shoes will definitely kind of be like this.
Chunky. I like chunky shoes.
Warming up is no joke.
No joke at all.
No joke. Holy moly.
It feels like you're drawing with like your own like personalized stabilizer.
Yeah. It is crazy.
Wow, you just drew that so effortlessly. Applejack, are you getting hair in his throat again?
You know, think about things in chunks. Shoes, whatever type of shoe they are. Like, I mean, this isn't a cowboy boot. Cowboy boots look different, but the same foot has to fit inside of it.
Yeah.
And it's not like... It's not so incredibly different that it's like, you know, and it like going from characters to environments or something. This could be taller. Now what's Christina doing?
Oh no, sorry, I was just adding a tiny bit of blush. Tiny bit of streakies.
I got shoes and reptile. See, my reptiles got a lot better once I realized like you can make the bottom jaw part a lot bigger.
There we go. I added some blush marks. Kind of hard to see, but
that's cute.
You'll be able to see it in person.
Yeah, you'll definitely see it when you get this in person. Looks good.
I should work on, well, I need to work on my Hugon video first, and then I want to work on bi-weekly today.
Yeah, the bi-weekly would be pretty fun. See, like, I really fixed this one up. It looks a lot better.
Thank you for drawing her. You're very welcome.
And we go in here and we add all the fancy line weight and stuff that people love.
You should show it.
I like your
Fancy line weight.
I like your watercolor.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, the little
hatchies.
hatching and all that.
Witch Hat
fun
Atelier
stuff.
uses a lot of the hatching, like, constantly. I noticed, like, in almost every, like, cylinder, they'll just add some hatching on the edges.
Yeah.
It's a very good looking.
It's just disguised form lines. Like, I mean, there's obviously a lot of skill involved with, like, nice looking line weight and everything, but, like, what it is at the end of the day is it's, like, disguised form lines. It's disguise. It's like it's what you do here, except it's disguised, right? It's like, oh, texture, and oh, texture
Overlaps.
and overlaps, and oh.
Literally, it's that.
Yeah, like everything we talk about on stream all the time, it's just like a disguised,
Is
like a
that alligator
disguised
meat?
version of that. Yeah, yummy. Yummy.
Oh, Tori, for the big white like highlight on her eye that I on the watercolor, I just leave it blank. I didn't read the question in its entirety. Sometimes the white of the paper is the most powerful.
It certainly is.
But for like smaller highlights, like on top of color, I use Jelly Roll.
I need to do like in-depth studies of the what they called.
Those look like the soup dumplings from Spirited Away. Chin.
Oh, this?
Yeah,
I don't remember.
I'll show it.
I'll do something a little bit creepier. What about that?
Ooh, yeah. That's cool. Those are the soup dumplings.
You're right. It kind of does. It's the one that the parents ate when they turned into the piggies.
Oh, those look so good though.
Should I do this?
The dumpling they eat is actually a coalescent stomach. I don't believe that. And even if it were true, I'm gonna still believe that it's a soup dumpling. Cute hatching. Not cute, but like really nice looking hatching.
I don't really do fancy line work or hatching very often.
My friend Elizabeth always used a lot of hatching in her artwork.
Yeah, I should use more. Yeah, I'll just keep it line work.
That's very satisfying to look at. Lashy loos. That's cute. That's so cute. I love it when you add lashes. I would actually go the other way though.
What do you think this?
Yeah, like that.
I guess it
'Cause the
depends
eyelid
on where
faces.
they are.
Yeah, that's true. Pretty,
We'll do that.
pretty eyelashes. Oh, is it gonna have blush? Oh, that's so cute. That's so cute. Applejack, you have to see this.
It's silly.
It's the most adorable crocodile I've ever seen. Looks like Sly.
Yeah, I won't do that. But if I did, it would be that.
I kind of like the little chin that comes up a bit, the cheek that comes up a bit though.
Do you like that?
I do like that. I feel like it makes him look more like interesting. Ooh. I remember, I don't know what teacher it was that I had, but in art center, they would always talk about making marks, like do a lot of mark making. I forgot who told it. It was either Bob Cotto. It was probably Bob
I've
Cotto.
definitely heard that before.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was in art center or not, but. Well.
I'm ready to wrap up.
Yep.
Nala, I will contact you for shipping information soon.
I need to draw more crocodile and alligators and reptiles and dinosaur and all that stuff. Kultimon in Tomodachi Life literally wears a dinosaur. Dinosaur. He wears a dinosaur outfit everywhere. They just have him in that permanently. It looks it's fun. It's funny.
Dinosaur.
Well, there's your watercolor. Looks great.
Add a tiny bit of shadow down here. There we go. There we And look, you can see some sparklies in her outfit.
Ooh. Sparkle.
Sparkles.
Sparkly. Oh, it's gonna be fun to work on a concept gig again. Hopefully it goes through.
I hope so too.
Anything can happen. I would say at least 50% of the time, concept gigs never actually turn into anything.
Sucks.
I should do a whole page of reptiles.
Yeah.
Ah, you need to do your mermaids. Good luck, dude.
Mermaids is cute.
Good luck. All right, well, that's going to be it. Thank you, everybody, for showing up, hanging out. Appreciate it a lot. And I will talk to you sometime real soon. Don't forget, I have a perspective class coming up.
Right here.
If you want to learn how to draw in perspective, 1 point, 2 point, 3 point, start breaking down things just like what I was drawing today. If you want to learn how to break down this kind of stuff and be able to draw it from different angles, get feedback on your work, learn about the basics. I am going to cover a bit of form drawing as well.
Yeah.
Modeling and combining forms and all that sort of thing. It's going to be a pretty cool perspective drawing class. And if you want feedback on your homework from me and Christina, because she's going to be there too.
I'll help with it.
You can sign up here, 7 weeks long.
Peak.
It is going to be peak.
Probably gonna be one of the best perspective life classes. I may be putting too much pressure on you though.
I think it's
you'll
cool.
you'll be great.
All right,
Thank
everybody.
you, 3 cats.
Have a great night, and I will talk to you later. I have to go find my music. There we go. Meow, 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 meow. Meow, 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 meow.
So cute.
Get through my drink.
Looks like water, but it ain't.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
See ya. Where the heck? Oh, I ended over here. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye, YouTube.